Social media is one of the most powerful tools that we have at our disposal as landscape business owners these days. And today I'm going to share with you a secret social media post strategy that will drive more sales for you. So stay tuned and I'll share exactly how you can apply this in your business. I'm Gabe Arnold, and this is the Green Mountain Podcast. We are the champions who brave the elements to create beauty. We see chaos and create order. We are never afraid of hard work, and we understand the power of strategic thinking and intentional actions. We come from all walks of life, and we will never allow our past to determine our future potential. We create beauty around the homes of our customers and increase the value of our community with the work that we do every day. We understand the power of consistent branding because it helps us grow and serve all those around us. We practice effective sales so our company, employees, and community can benefit from the value we add. We intentionally invest in operational habits that help us deliver excellent results to our customers on a continual basis. We understand that powerful and beautiful things take time to grow, and with consistent watering and intention, amazing results can happen. We are committed to making the world a better place by being positive examples to all those around us. We don't allow anyone to look down on us because we know the value we bring to our community as leaders. We create positive workplaces for our employees so they feel safe and supported, and at the same time, we hold ourselves to high standards. We pursue excellence on a daily basis because we know the journey is worth the sacrifice. We are the protectors of the land. We are the guardians of beauty. We are the heroes. We are landscapers. If you've been listening to the show this week or tuned in the past, you've probably noticed that we teach something called the CEO method. The C stands for consistent branding. That's where you bring in your ideal customers and perfect employees for your business. E stands for effective sales. The more you can drive sales, grow sales, and attract, the right folks to you, and then really have an effective sales process, that's what helps grow your business. And operational habits is the O in the CEO. So consistent branding, effective sales, and operational habits. Operational habits is the mindset and approach and tools and processes we use to really make our operations smooth and effective. And we've been talking a lot about customer experience this week. And I wanted to include this sales strategy that actually encompasses everything from consistent branding to effective sales to operational habits. And it creates a much better customer experience while selling to your ideal customer. And so I always say that a secret is only a secret until you've heard it. And so pieces of what I'm going to share, you probably already know about, you've seen other people do. But there's other components that I'm going to talk with you about today that you may not have heard of, or you may not have thought about in this lighter approach. And if you apply all these things and put it all together, that's when you're really going to have effective sales from your social media strategy. So the first thing to consider when you're posting on social media, and this also applies to putting blog post content on your website or doing email marketing or anything else that you want to engage in over time. But the first thing is when you do before and after photos, that's a great first step in creating content for your marketing, for that consistent branding. But you want to take it a little bit farther than that. Just saying, here's the before and after, and we help this customer make their property, beautiful, or whatever you want to describe. That's a good first step. But it leaves the prospect, the person considering working with you, kind of hanging. They don't know everything that goes on. And so instead of just doing a basic line or two, what I'd encourage you to do is actually take the job scope that you wrote, the estimate that you wrote, and use that as the baseline for your social media post and talk about in detail how, first, let's say you're doing a property cleanup and, before and after photos on that are always really nice. You can say the first step is we're going to come in and trim the bushes. We're going to, clean out the beds. We're going to do weeding. We're going to do all these things. Then we're going to, put new mulch down. Then we're going to mow. We're going to edge and mow. We're going to, weed all the weeds out from the cracks in the sidewalk. If you just break down, here's the exact process that we took. And again, similar to like your estimate or your project scope. By doing that, you're creating trust and credibility with the prospect because you go a lot deeper and you show your expertise and your knowledge of how to set up a project, how to do the job correctly, how to get the beautiful result that the customer is looking for. And so by having before and after photos, And then in a detailed way, breaking down the entire job process and even noting like, here's how long it took and here's why what we did and why we did it. And then at the last part of the post saying, typically projects like this can, the investment to make your home beautiful like this is somewhere between, 2,000 and 6,000 or whatever your actual range is. Just putting a fairly close, accurate budget range in there, you've now fully informed your prospect. And instead of you leaving them hanging for pieces of information, they don't really know, oh, can I really afford it? Or do they really do a good job on, weeding the walk so the weeds don't come back through? Or how do they handle mulching? Instead of leaving questions in your prospect's mind, you've actually broken it down in such a detailed way that they trust you, they understand that you're a professional, and they can see the before and after, and they know the type of budget that they'll need when they want to hire you. In the past, it was easy for businesses, 5, 10, 20 years ago and more. It was easy for businesses to just present the information they wanted to share and leave other things kind of, we'll say, behind the curtain or, hidden. And that was because in that time, we really didn't have the technology we have today. With the technology we have today of the internet, smartphones, and just the massive information that's out there, it's pretty easy for a prospect to say, oh, I think I want to hire a landscaper, for my property. And so I'm just going to Google what's involved with that. And they may get pieces of information, or they may even read a competitor's site or social media and choose to work with them if that competitor is being more detailed than you. But honestly, having audited thousands of websites over the years, I see very few people on their websites and on social media being very specific and detailed in the process that they take. And I think it comes from a place of fear or worrying that, oh, my competitors will rip me off or customers will have too much information. The opposite is true. The expectation of all consumers in today's market, in all industries, is that they want to know in detail what the process looks like, how it's going to work, budgets, what they should expect. And the more that we front load that information, the more that we educate our prospects, the more that they're going to trust us. And so what happens from that is we get great consistent branding in this marketing approach of having before and after photos, really detailed explanation, budget ranges, and all the tips and information we can share. So taking 20 or 30 minutes to write a social media post is a good idea because it will outperform all your short, shallower posts. And then the prospect becomes very informed. They know the process. And so when they reach out to you, they are significantly closer to just being ready to buy because you've already educated them in a virtual sense from putting things on social media or your blog or through email marketing that you may send out. And so by taking the approach of how can I educate my prospects to the highest level, you become the authority. They trust you. They buy a lot faster, and it allows you to really, just have consistent branding, more effective sales. And then operationally, the great thing is these prospects already know the steps in the process that you normally take. So there's less questions, there's higher trust, and you can get them better results. And it makes the entire partnership between you and your customer much smoother and much more successful in the long run. So my challenge to you this week is ask yourself, what can you do to really put detailed social media posts out there that truly explain everything about your process? And how can you share that content with your prospects and customers on other channels, whether it's via email marketing or texting or messaging a link to prospects or customers to that social media post, or putting some of that content on your website. However you choose to repurpose the content, the good news is once you create something valuable, you can use it in multiple different locations in your marketing and your consistent branding, and it will produce a lot of value for you. If you need help implementing this, or if you want to talk through how you can really grow your marketing, have more effective sales, and really put operational habits in place that are going to help your business grow and succeed, I'd love to help you. You can reach out at landscapemarketinghero.com or just message me down below, and I would be glad to help you. Thanks for tuning in today, and I will see you on tomorrow's show. If you're ready to begin your journey up the Green Mountain, where we show you how to build a low-stress, high-profit, $10 million per year landscaping company, then head over to landscapemarketinghero.com to download your free growth map. One of our guides will be there to help you along the way. Again, that's landscapemarketinghero.com.